Right now we have needle exchanges in 38 states. They all progressively do better. There's a lot of naysayers, but numbers don't lie. And
so is this in all Colorado, like in
I think, hey, Dr. Mike, we've got 9, right?
Yeah, there's programs. Well,
what can I do? Like in San Francisco, where I've worked and done this, we've seen HIV and STD rates drop 65 to 70%.
Wow.
Kitch, how are you? So, as I understand it, there's one in Boulder, there's one in Fort Collins, there's one here in Pueblo, one in Grand Junction, and one in Denver. Mike seems to think there's more, and I wouldn't doubt that there are, but those are the ones that I'm involved in. We're trying to get Colorado Springs next, and we've been up there once trying to advocate for it, but the county commissioners really didn't support it, so we'll have to go back after this election.
Who are you doing your thing for?
Well, this is funded. This program is actually funded by the State Health Department. Money comes from tobacco settlement funds that come to the state and are used to augment other health programs. So this comes from a program called the Colorado HIV/AIDS Prevention Program, and it's to help prevent the spread of HIV, but more specifically with needle exchanges, it's about hepatitis C prevention and transmission.
Remember we talked about that? Because he was asking why the needles, does it promote drug use? And
right.
so
I don't think there's any evidence that shows that it has on a nationwide level any impact in drug use as far as making it worse.
It's about the same amount as drug use as it was before this happened.
Exactly. So that's on a community-wide level.
All you're doing is you bring me 10 needles and I'll give you 10 needles.
That's exactly right. But we're starting the program just trying to spread the word, so if people don't bring in needles right now, we can give them a certain amount and then say, come back, bring the dirty ones, and we'll exchange them one-on-one. We also give them a card they can carry so that if they're stopped by law enforcement, they'll know that they're part of this program and they won't get ticketed for paraphernalia.
That's a good idea.
Right.
Now, is somebody a doctor here? Did he say he was a doctor?
Dr. Mike is a doctor here.
Dr.
Yes.
Mike. Can we talk to you too? This young man, okay, so when this started, there was...
You're who?
Cage.
Cage? Cage, okay. I was wondering what kind of name Cage is. Cage, I understand.
So Cage's dad and Cage were upset at first because they thought that this would encourage youth to use. And so I explained to him why the needles come back, how we get them out of the schoolyards. And I thought, maybe if I brought him here and he could understand when he hears from you what...
The thing is, Cage, is that people use drugs. And they've been using drugs since the beginning of time. And they're going to continue to use drugs. And having a substance use disorder, which is an actual psychiatric diagnosis, well, that's not what we call it anymore, but yes. Addiction, there's lots of addictions. There's food addiction, there's gambling addiction, some people have a drug addiction, but they're all addiction. And so having an addiction should not be a death sentence.
Yeah.
And the diseases that clean needles prevent are 2 deadly diseases, 3 deadly diseases in fact, and some other deadly complications that can happen from shooting dirty needles. And so this is at least to try to keep them healthy, and hopefully over time as they come to trust us and know us and realize that we're there for them and not trying to preach at them or anything, they'll come around and say, I really need to get some help with this, and we'll be able to talk to them about that. They'll feel comfortable talking to us about it. And so we're trying to meet and establish trust with a group of people that don't trust a lot of people. And we're trying to keep them safe in the meantime. Teach them the right way to do it, teach them about how to prevent overdoses, medication, stop an overdose when it happens. But basically that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep them healthy in the meantime. We all understand that injecting drugs is a bad thing.
So say you know how you guys are giving needles out and you're getting dirty needles back? Do you guys also say there's some needles in your area and somebody calls you, would you go over there and pick them up?
We have been around the neighborhood looking, and a few of us just did that today, and we've done it in Plaza Verde and we've done it in Mitchell Park.
Janet?
And
isn't there all kinds of needles in the media center house?
Well, there was. We found some in there.
But if you find them and collect them, we'll take them from you. And we're encouraging people to bring them back. It's not a one-for-one exchange, but we are encouraging it. And the last 2 weeks, we've been getting a lot back.
Yeah, we just wanted to safely dispose of them. We didn't really
Yeah.
know what to do with
Well,
them.
we'll bring them to us.
Yeah.
We'll take care of that. And so that's part of the neighborhood is part of what we're doing here.
So, well, you were going to ask why here?
Yeah, why in this like remote area right here?
In this specific area, because we knew this was an area that's a hotbed of drug use. We know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people shooting up here. We know there's other places too. There's over in Bessemer, there's up on the west side, there's down the south side. We know where it is. And so we went to an area where we know it is because that's where they need this.